Hi everybody, my name is Enrique Otrola. I'm the owner and principal tax preparer at ORM Taxation Accounting Representation LLC. We are shooting this short personal interview to know me a little bit better and my potential clients as well. We have my personal assistant Robert Simlak behind the camera helping with the questions.
Hello, Enrique. How many years of tax experience do you have?
Tax experience per se, I have 6 years.
Okay. Do you have any other education?
Any other education, like tax education? Yes, of course I do. I have this other education that helps me to have a better scope and understanding for the tax situation of every individual. I have a degree in civil engineering. I have a certification in construction management. I'm a certified property manager. I have multiple accounting classes and other different kind of certifications that I can recall at this moment.
Okay. How much refund will I get if I decide to hire you as my tax preparer?
I will say it depends. It depends on different factors. Every people and every situation is different. If you have if you own a house, if you have medical expenses, if you work from home, if you have your own business, if you work for somebody, if you get a W-2, a 1099, it all depends.
Okay, here's a question that a lot of people want to know. How much money will I have to pay you to prepare my taxes?
Well, that's a good one. I get it all the time. Like, the first question is how much you charge, how much you charge. Don't see it like that. What is really important is what the taxpayer can do for you. Even myself, or most of my clients, they tell me, "Oh, Enrique, I do it myself, and I don't pay much." I will say, well, it's not worth it really, because you don't know what you can itemize, what are the tax breaks that you can get, and even to navigate through the software if it's difficult for a tax preparer sometimes. I would say for somebody that doesn't even have any education on tax preparation will be like, I don't know, really like navigating like a rocket or something like that.
Okay, how do you start a business?
Starting a business is pretty much easy, but I think we're gonna let it to the next block. Hi everybody again, we are back.
Hi, Enrique. I was asking you earlier, how can one start a business?
It's pretty much easy. It's the easiest thing in the world. I encourage pretty much everybody to start their own business, just like I encourage the young ones to start a retirement account. You can read that more on my blog at enrique25may.blogspot.com. What was the question again? How do you start a business?
Yeah, how do you start a business?
It's really easy. Pretty much I will say whatever you like in life, whatever is services or selling stuff, just find your passion and do it and start. I mean, I can give you tips about how to do it. You can find a few successful stories at my blog. It's pretty easy, really.
Here's a question in regards to starting a business. Do you suggest that somebody set up a small business as is?
Not really. It makes no difference. As long as you can itemize your business expenses, or it's pretty much, it depends. I mean, it doesn't matter really. You can do it on your own name under your social security number, or you can do it as a DBA. For example, yourself, you are Zimlac web design and promotional events. I mean, that's the thing. It doesn't really matter. You're still gonna have to pay taxes.
And how do you itemize deductions?
How do you itemize deductions?
Yeah.
That's pretty much easy. I mean, it depends. I'm gonna explain it this way. Everybody has a standard business deduction. It's different for single people, married couples, head of household, and it depends pretty much on how much how much expenses you can deduct. You can itemize. Like for example, you can itemize your mortgage payments, your interest, gifts, donations, medical expenses, your uniform for work, that kind of thing. And again, it has to reach certain limit in order to get rid of the standard deduction and for the itemized deduction to kick in. Next question, please.
My final question is, what is a business expense?
Business expense is pretty much the expense that you have in order to make the magical business moment to happen. Like for example, I will say that it's pretty easy, but we're gonna talk in the next segment. Hello everybody, we are back. So we left off at what is a business expense. Like I was saying, a business expense is pretty much the expense, the investment that you've made in order to make that magical business moment to happen. Like, I give you an example. Like I have this lady who buys stuff and then sells this stuff like clothing, jewelry, makeup, this kind of thing. When she goes to the wholesale and buys it, the time that she uses the gas expense, the auto expense, that allocates into that moment. When she goes and offers it, she can also write off those expenses. When she solicitates over the phone, that portion of the phone bill can be allocated into that. If you happen to rent a place, it could be a store or even your apartment. Even if you have like a portion of your apartment, let's say you dedicate 25% to put up your office and to storage the stuff for sale or the services that you provide, you can write off the 25% of those expenses. That will be your business expense in order for the magical business to happen, to make the business happen.
Here's a question. How much percentage can you use for a business expense if you go out to eat?
It depends. It depends. Let's say you are in the business of providing services. Let's say yourself, you build websites and you are in the marketing promoting business. Okay, let's say you meet a client, you go out and you take this client for a lunch meeting or a dinner meeting. What you basically do, if in order to make that expense a business expense, you must have a reasonable expectation of business to happen out of that meeting, or a meeting or a business generate from that meeting. Do you get the idea?
Okay, anything you want to add?
Sure. I will say that to everybody who just do their taxes on their own, I will say just try a tax preparer, try me, and I will show you what you may be missing. You may be missing expenses that you can write off. You may be missing a lot of things. You may losing a lot of money. I have clients that have received double the refund.